Renovation, a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance from Fremont Bank may be a great choice for you. With increased home values, now may be the right time to give us a call to find out how your home's equity can work for you. Visit fremontbank.com or call 866-992-INFO today. NMLS number 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Did you know most Dansko shoes are approved by the American Podiatric Medical Association? This means Dansko shoes are beneficial to overall foot health. Dansko shoes are designed with premium comfort and style in mind. Available now at the Walk Shop in Berkeley. This season, Dansko offers new styles from sporty sneakers to fashionable Mary Janes, stylish demi boots, and of course, the classic clog. Come discover Dansko's for women at the Walk Shop, 2120 Vine Street in Berkeley.
California tribal leaders urge you to vote yes on Prop 27 because Prop 27 supports every single California tribe, including financially disadvantaged tribes who don't own big casinos. Prop 27 will also provide hundreds of millions of for permanent solutions to homelessness, mental health, and addiction in California. By taxing and regulating online sports deductions for minors, we can protect tribal sovereignty and help the people in our state that are hurting the most. Vote yes on Prop 27 and get a win for all Californians. Ad paid for by Yes on 27, Californians for Solutions to Homelessness and Mental Health Support, a coalition of housing and mental sports, entertainment, and gaming companies. Committee major funding from Penn Interactive Ventures.
If you're at the point in life where you deserve a little pampering, a Life Source water system should be on your list. This is Claire Beverly, and I want to tell you about the Bay Area's most recommended whole house water system. Life Source offers the luxury of filtered, clean, and refreshing water from every tap and faucet in your home. Life Source filters out harsh chemicals like chlorine and chloramines that cities add to your hetchy water. Without these chemicals, your water tastes its best and your skin and hair look their best. Better yet, it's easy. Expert Life Source and a Life Source system is maintenance-free. No filters to change, no salt, and no bottled water. They install it, you forget about it. You deserve to taste and feel the difference. Call for a free consultation with a Life Source factory representative. Call 888-712-4279 or visit lifesourcewater.com. That's 888-712-4279. Life Source Water. Taste and feel the difference. KCBS News Time, 7:28. We are to get an update on this Friday morning drive from Kim Wonderly. Yeah, it's still tough trying to get out of Cupertino for Los Altos Hills, even though the crash is cleared. There was actually two crashes on 101 before Magdalena, but we had the whole freeway shut down for quite a spell because one of the vehicles was overturned. That is now all clear. All lanes are back in play, but northbound 280, the beginning of the slow traffic here is at De Anza, heading through the 85 interchange. Once you get a little bit north of 85, right around Foothill or so, that's where it begins to loosen up. But does stay under the speed limit here out to the former crash site. And North 85 is also back a little bit shy of Stevens Creek coming through that same 280 interchange. In the meantime, we still have a crash on southbound 680 in Fremont at the Washington Boulevard off-ramp that also involves a vehicle fire. Traffic seems to be getting by the freeway okay, though. Westbound 80 still a bit slow. Chilton out-of-body collision cam sees from El Cerrito into Berkeley in the wake of earlier problems that were in Richmond, so this commute is finally starting to migrate a bit on the west side. Your next update, 7:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Sunshine in store for most of the Bay Area later on this afternoon. That does not go for the coast where there's heavy fog and it's going to linger for a while. Highs will be 60s at the ocean, 70s by the bay, into the 80s inland. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS.
When everyone else is fast asleep, you're the one on third shift, burning the midnight oil. When a part fails and everything comes to a grinding halt, regardless of what the clock on the wall says, you leap into action. Grainger is with you and all the ones who get it done. With 24/7 customer support by phone or click to chat. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
News that matters to you around the Bay, around 740 KCBS.
It is Friday, August 5th, 2022. Coming up on KCBS.
What's behind July's surprisingly strong job numbers?
Why quick turnaround times for monkeypox tests are a personal mission for a Bay Area testing lab CEO.
And Russia says it's now ready to talk prisoner swap in the Brittany Griner case.
Good morning, I'm Melissa Colroth.
I'm Eric Thomas.
KCBS News Time, 7:31.
CBS News Brief. The Labor Department was booming in July. Market-wise, employers added 528,000 jobs, twice the number analysts expected. CBS's Jill Schlesinger. The Labor Department says that the total non-farm employment has now increased by 22 million since reaching a low in April of 2020 and has now returned to its pre-pandemic level. The jobless rate matched a 50-year low. Foreign minister says Moscow's open to a prisoner exchange for Brittany Griner. Russia expert Justin Berg.
This is a classic Russian pattern when someone who is, they consider to be at least equivalent, and then propose eventually a swap.
Senate Democrats finally have the votes needed to pass a massive spending bill. CBS's Scott McFarland.
They are going to work and vote through the weekend to finalize this deal. With no Republicans on board, Democrats need all 50 of their members to vote.
Deborah Rodriguez.
KCBS News Time, 7:32.
To talk more about that jobs report that you just heard on CBS, we're joined live on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by Mark Hamrick, Senior Economic Analyst at Bankrate. Thanks for joining us, Mark, to discuss this. So, we were looking at, or at least predictions were, we had 250,000 jobs in the period, but it ended up being more than double that. What does it tell us?
Well, it tells us, Melissa and Eric, that if this were as you said, much stronger than expected. The unemployment rate goes back to a pre-pandemic level and a 50-year low of 3.5%. We saw one category that I think we're all sort of quote-unquote invested in, leisure and hospitality, lead the way with jobs creation. That's the category that includes bars, hotels, live sports, and entertainment. That's the sector that has led the way down when jobs in March and April of 2020, and now, as you heard in that report, it took 27 months. We have now recaptured all of those jobs back. The reality also is that we would have typically been adding about 250,000 or so jobs a month over those 2+ years, and so that shows that, in a way, we really haven't made up all the lost ground, and that's why we have 10.7 million job openings in this country compared to 5.7 million unemployed.
And we've been hearing about layoffs in some sectors. What do we think the strength of the labor market is as we continue to move forward?
Well, obviously this jobs report is not the be-all, end-all in the sense of trying to capture what's going on out there, but as you know, being in a tech-centric part of the United States, to say the very least, if not the capital, tech has been going through some growing pains here, and is just trying to transition through this period. And obviously, when you're on the leading edge of growth, as we saw during the dot-com bubble as well, at points during that evolution and innovation and change, you have to make adjustments along the way. One of the challenges of the moment is that many business operators, managers, etc., are trying to anticipate what the next 6 to 12 to 24 months may look like. And as the Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates to try to slow the economy and frankly cool off the job market, they're concerned that there's the risk of essentially a policy error there and that we do tip into recession. But this jobs report tells us so far with that.
Could this also mean that some folks who took part in the Great Resignation now realize they've got bills to pay?
Absolutely. I've had some people retire, and we've had some unretirements, and people have not totally drained the excess cash that was built up during that time when we had so much being done to rescue the economy. But we've also seen greater reliance on credit card debt, with the biggest quarterly rise in about 20 years in that category. So that's one of the things that we would advise people to make sure they are as they try to also build their savings for emergencies and for retirement.
All right, well, we thank you very much for taking a few minutes to talk to us. Mark Hamrick is Senior Economic Analyst at Bank. KCBS KCBS News Time, 7:35. We are under 3 minutes away from your next traffic update.
So yes, it was after midnight, and the glue on your kid's mission project refused to dry. But once everything was finished, you realized the smooth white and terracotta make this piece of history beautiful. CertaPro Painters has good news. Your home paint project doesn't have to come with the frustration and panic of your child's 4th grade project. Skip the stress and still end with your painting project started, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. License information available at CertaPro.com.
It's not often that something you like is actually good for you. Take sleeping on your side. Studies indicate that side sleeping can help with nighttime breathing. At European Sleepworks, they have many options to help side sleepers create unique contoured mattress to their patented custom-fit oxygen pillows. After all, for over 50 years, they've been working on your side, and that's a good
strange concept I call the retirement doubler. It gives you more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and your money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even people who are on track have shifted money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. Call Pete Alexander Wealth to get a free copy of the movie and talk to a specialist to see how to get a bigger, better retirement with less money. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. And shipping and handling. No credit card required. So call right now. 1-800-239-0101. That's 1-800-239-0101. Again, 1-800-239-0101.
Your home is a one-of-a-kind piece of art, a palette of design elements reflecting your personal aesthetic and functional needs. For over 20 years, All Natural Stone's exclusive collection of luxury tile, exotic and specialty natural stone, and masterfully engineered porcelain has been transforming homes into pieces of livable art. Visit one of All Natural Stone's 4 Bay Area showrooms in Burlingame, San Jose, or at allnaturalstone.com and find your inspiration. You can dine in art, entertain in art, bathe in art, lounge in art, relax in art. You can live in art.
KCBS News Time, 7:38. Traffic and weather sponsored by Water Heaters Only this time around. Kim's in your local Honda dealer's traffic center, and she's got word of a stall on the Bay Bridge. And it's not just an ordinary stall, unfortunately. This is a stalled big rig, so hopefully they can get this cleared soon, but you just never know with rigs. If they can get it slow rolled off the span, that would be the best. Right now, though, it is occupying the right lane eastbound, so this is the lower deck of the tunnel, although I'm just going to double check on that because the westbound side is what I see as slow through the tunnel. So KCBS phone force, you can probably help on this. If you're seeing the stall upper deck, lower deck, give us a buzz, 415-391-KCBS. But it's being reported eastbound after the island, but again, I see westbound brake lights here coming out of the tunnel. In the meantime, let's go back to really tough through Cupertino. We had all lanes of the freeway shut down. Northbound 280 approaching Magdalena. Overturn injury crash has been cleared, but the traffic on North 280 is now backed up road, so look for a very long, slow line. Recovery is very slow and coming. Northbound 85 is also backed up from Stevens Creek Boulevard as you make your way up to about Homestead before you begin to break loose. Your next update, 7:48 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Fog lingering at the coast, sunshine for the rest of us here in the Bay Area. Expected highs for today, 81.9 in San Francisco, 74 Oakland, 84 in Concord, so it'll be a little cooler than it was yesterday. 78 in Santa Rosa, 76 Mountain View, 85 in Livermore, and 81 in Redwood City. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Running out of hot water? Don't wait for an emergency. Water Heaters Only has a summer special. A 40-gallon replacement for $18.99. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Specializing in water heaters. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
We're all on this planet together. So join Odyssey and find your one thing. Improve your gas mileage by properly inflating tires and taking your car in for a tune-up. Join Odyssey. And together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing? thing.
Radiant raspberry, golden orange, ice blue. You'll find all the colors of summer in our selection of beautiful, natural sapphires. Every color imaginable. At Shane Company, we're gemstone experts, and our passion shows. Shane selects our sapphires and rubies individually, by hand, in Bangkok, the gemstone capital of the world. He brings back the most spectacular sapphires, bold and vibrant colors, as well as soft pastels, peach and lavender. We also have yellow citrine, green quartz, London blue topaz, a rainbow of colors, and one-of-a-kind stones sourced by Tom. At Shane Company, we're known for our beautiful gemstones. Come into the store and try on our sparkling earrings for the poolside, a gemstone pendant for a concert in the park, or a vibrant center stone for your engagement ring. Our colorful gemstones will brighten your day.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
KCBS News Time 7:41. This portion of our News Watch sponsored by the Shane Company.
Melissa, the CEO of a Bay Area lab that has pivoted from just COVID testing to also rapidly turning around monkeypox tests, says the effort to get test results back ASAP is more than just a professional mission. KCBS's Megan Goldsby explains.
100% personal, being out since 1996 and living my life as a gay man, queer man in the Bay Area and in the world. There's so much stigma around MPX right now.
Stigma associated with the name is why Craig Growski, co-founder and CEO of Berkeley-based lab Renegade Bio, uses abbreviation when he talks about it, and why he wants to get information back to the people testing for the virus. Cut the return time in half, and they're hoping to do more, especially, he says, because there's a medical bias that anyone in a high-risk group can face at the doctor's office, where they're prescribed medicine to treat viruses that can be sexually transmitted as soon as the patient says they may have been exposed.
For me personally, that's happened a couple of times where I've been told that I should take negative when the results come back. So it's like, what are we doing? We're doing it wrong. Precision medicine is the key. And in order to have precision medicine, you have to have reliable, rapid on your diagnostics.
In Berkeley, Megan Goldsby, KCBS.
StubHub is pulling out of downtown San Francisco, closing its offices both in the city and in Shanghai, and laying off most employees at those locations. A letter from CEO Eric Baker, posted on StubHub's LinkedIn page, says the company is turning its focus to getting people back in person at offices in Los Angeles and New York. StubHub is a marketplace for the exchange and resale of event tickets, and it's got 161 workers in the Bay Area out of its workforce of more than 1,000 worldwide. The company did not KCBS News Time 7:43. Well, the A's are ready to honor some of their all-time greats this weekend. We'll get details in sports in 90 seconds.
I'm Liam Mason, KCBS Foodie Jam, talking all things culinary and wine.
This year we had 96 restaurants, which is the most restaurant partners we've ever had at Outside Lands. 23 of those restaurants are new, so 73 are returning. I would say some of the highlights as far as new day trip out of Oakland. So they're a new restaurant. They're a wine bar that actually serves all fermented and pickled foods. Naturally, they're located near Winelands for easy pairing with the wines there. We've also got Michelin-starred Lord Stanley. So they've actually transitioned after the pandemic. They're called Turntables, and they do pop-ups with rotating chefs from around the world. And when they have their Fishco Tech pop-up.
More at Outside Lands or at A16 at KCBSradio.com and click on Foodie Jam. Foodie Jam is presented by California. For over 55 years, TriMark brings you innovative product solutions to help your hospitality business thrive. Visit TriMarkWest.com. I can afford to follow my dreams.
I can afford to do whatever I put my mind to.
I can afford college.
Start your future at a California community college. Financial aid is available to help with tuition, books, and sometimes even the rent.
I can afford to invest in myself and my future.
It's time to take the next big step. Classes can fill up quickly, so enroll today at ICanGoToCollege.com.
Coming up on KCBS, how Democrats are faring as we look toward the midterm elections. We'll take a look at that in 5 minutes.
Right now, we'll check the KCBS Sports line. Joe Hughes at the Chevy Dealers Sports Desk and Bay Area Chevy Dealers Sports Desk. Joe, the A's
to the team's Hall of Fame. Some of this is